Hierapolis is known as the holy city in archaeological history. The thing that makes it the most famous is, of course, its calcite-laden waterfalls and terraces, Pamukkale. The snow-white petrified waterfalls and mineral water basins here make up some of the most spectacular pictures in the world. This is why Hierapolis became so famous. Pamukkale, which means cotton castle in Turkish, is exactly that. It is on a cliff that's 200 meters high in the sky. So when you come here, driving in, you'll be able to see this spectacular white cliffside right as you enter the area. This beautiful geological miracle is extremely sensitive, and in order to protect it, only certain areas of it are open for visitation. Theater at Hierapolis. This theater was built at the end of the 1st century by the Roman Emperor Hadrian. This theater has a capacity of over 10,000 with 50 stepped rows. But what I really like is the relief that goes along the entire bottom section here. 3 of my favorites are, of course, the love story of Aphrodite and Adonis, the life of Dionysus, and the music contest between Marsyas and Apollo. Don't miss these at the theater in Hierapolis. This is the emperor's seat. The emperor's seat is the best seat in the house, of course, but when you're sitting here, you can't think of much more than this beautiful stage in front of you. The Museum of Hierapolis is located inside of the Roman baths here. And what's really, really amazing is that all of the findings inside are from Hierapolis and they are original. Some of the findings have been moved here and replicas have been placed, such as the ones that are in the theater, because they're so valuable and of course we don't want anything to happen to them. So they're safely inside the museum for you to see the originals. This is Plutonium. It's thought to be one of the entrances into the underworld or portholes. It was a huge source of income for the city of Hierapolis because people used to bring sacrifices and also, of course, they would donate lots of money and other things so that they would have a good life in the afterlife. One of the most interesting parts of Hierapolis is its necropolis. Necropolis is an interesting word. It actually means the city of the dead, which is essentially a graveyard. Here, there's almost 2,000 or more people that have been buried over time. And what I find really interesting is that as you look at these graves, what you realize is that they're all very, very different. The architectural differences are based on their cultural differences of the people that are buried here, their income level or their social status, also the time period in which they were actually buried or died. This is the beautiful Frontinus gate. It's the main gate into the city of Hierapolis. This gate connects to the Frontinus street, which is 170 meters long and 14 meters in width. This street is lined with shops, warehouses, and different houses. What I find most interesting is the simplicity and beauty of this gate. It's one of the most well-preserved gates in all of antiquity, and I have to say, it's one of the most beautiful. The Martyrium is on the highest pinnacle point at Hierapolis, and it is a 5th century Byzantine building and a major pilgrimage point for the Christians. This is the Martyrium of St. Phillip. This is actually the place where one of the 12 apostles, Phillip, was crucified and laid to rest. This is his tomb, and it's actually considered one of the Christian heritages and pilgrimages in Türkiye. Hierapolis is a city that was founded basically as a health and spa center. Right now, I am in the pool of Cleopatra. This pool is named after her because of its beauty, obviously. But could you imagine swimming here? The water is basically body temperature, and it is a mineral bath, so you are actually being fed with health. This is something you can experience only in Türkiye. This is a city that has so much history, and experiencing it firsthand is the only way to comprehend the meaning of life and death in the past. It is truly a holy city.